Have you ever wondered why two people can be born in the same neighborhood, face the same hardships, breathe the same polluted air of limitation, and yet one dies drowning in debt, while the other rises phoenix-like to unimaginable wealth? What if I told you that money is never the starting point, only the echo? That the fortune you seek is not hiding in the stock market, real estate, or crypto tokens, but inside a battlefield you've been trained to ignore? Today, I will take you where few dare to go, deep into the mind of the true millionaire, not the flashy imposter, but the quiet architect of empires. But be warned, once you see what I'm about to reveal, you will not be able to unsee it. This is not advice, it is a decoding of spiritual law. And if you close this video before the final frame, you may miss the one truth that would have rewritten your destiny. There is a secret violence in mediocrity. An invisible poison we sip every time we say, "I can't," or worse, maybe later. The world teaches you that caution is wisdom, that humility means shrinking. But true millionaires know. That is a lie sold by the fearful to justify their own chains. The real millionaire? He is not chasing money. He is commanding it, magnetizing it, seducing it through certainty. He acts not from reaction but from vision. And vision is the language of the soul. Let me ask you this. When you wake up each morning, are you driven by purpose or pulled by obligation? Because one leads to destiny and the other to decay. There's a war happening behind your forehead, and the side you've been feeding, unknowingly, has already written your financial obituary. Now lean in, because here's where most people go blind. They believe wealth begins with action, that if they hustle harder, say more affirmations, or copy the routines of billionaires, they will ascend. But what they fail to realize is this: action without alignment is sabotage wearing a productivity mask. Think of it like planting golden seeds in poisoned soil. You must first become internally who you wish to be externally. Napoleon Hill called it a definite chief aim, but it's more than a goal. It is a spiritual compass, a declaration of war against your lower self. Millionaires don't just work, they alchemize. They don't chase, they attract. And they never, ever act from desperation. Because desperation is the scent of prey, not predator. But here's the twist. Most people never make it past the veil. They touch the idea of wealth, but recoil the moment it demands transformation. Because here's the truth no one wants to hear. Money magnifies. It exposes your fears, your vices, your deepest insecurities. That is why so many lose their fortunes. They were never the person capable of holding that wealth. You must become bigger than the money you seek. Otherwise, it will crush you, own you, expose you. So I ask again, are you truly prepared to become a millionaire? Not in bank balance, but in identity? Because that is the only way the zeros will follow. Consider this. Every single fortune ever built was first imagined in silence, in a moment when the world said no, and the soul whispered yes. What Hill understood, and what few ever grasp, is that wealth is a frequency, one that cannot be forced, only tuned into. You don't earn millions by begging the universe. You command it by embodying the vibration of abundance before a single dollar appears. And here's the paradox that drives most mad. The less you need it, the faster it comes. Because need is lack in disguise. True millionaires radiate sufficiency. They don't hope, they know. And knowledge, true, soul-carved certainty, is the most magnetic force in the universe. But if you're still watching, something tells me you already feel it. That whisper in the back of your mind, the one that's been growing louder, bolder, more rebellious with each word I speak. It's not just curiosity, it's recognition. You know you were not born for survival. You were not designed to be average. There's a part of you, long buried, that remembers, and it is clawing its way back to the surface, demanding you reclaim the throne you abandoned when you believed their lies. You were never poor, you were only disconnected from the source. And now the current is live again. And so I leave you with this. What if this video was not a coincidence, but a cosmic appointment? What if the words you're hearing now are not mine, but your own voice, echoing back from the future self you dared to become? Because make no mistake, the door is open, but only you can walk through it. And when you do, you will not return the same. Because once you think and act like a true millionaire, the world bends, opportunities appear, people shift, reality morphs. This is the power you were never taught to harness, but now you know. And the only question left is, will you use it or stay asleep, dreaming of a life that was already yours?